Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20, and welcome to episode 4 of the Age of Engineering. Wah, wah, wah. Hey, a tree grew. Sweet. I love when trees grow. So today, we're working on more Age of Engineering stuff. I believe we're really going to start working in the Age of the Industrial Age. So we're talking industrial craft. That's pretty much the age that we are currently in. So if we take a look in our guidebook, we'll see that Age of Engineering, Age 1, the Industrial Age. The main goal of this age is getting flint and steel to be able to go to the nether, but there's a few other things we're going to want to get that we're going to want to take a look at. But let's first get some industrial craft machines up and running so that we can start the process of working towards steel. So I think the smart thing to do here is to create machines in the following order. I've kind of knocked out what I think will be important to do. So I'm like making notes on what we want to do. So first off, macerator. I think that should be one of the first IC2 machines we make because we don't ore double by smelting things in here. We don't get ore doubling from this. So any ores that we produce in the smeltery, we're basically wasting resources, right? That's the way I look at it. If we're smelting them from straight up ore, like this stuff, we're wasting them. So the first way we're going to be able to double our ores is with a macerator. Now, macerators are expensive, but I think I've got everything I need to make one. But of course, we're going to need to power the macerator. So we're going to want a generator, and we'll probably want a bat box, and we'll probably want some cables. So taking a look at a bat box, we can see that the bat box requires some insulated tin cable and some rechargeable batteries, which also require insulated tin cable and item casings. Item casings requiring tin cooked up. So we're going to need a handful of things. What I think I might want to do is spend a minute off camera doing a little bit of math on exactly how many resources we need to get us to the point where we can make a macerator. Once I have a macerator, I can start ore doubling. So I need to cook my metals in the smeltery in order to get the resources to make a macerator. And then once I have a macerator, then I'll be able to kind of be a little bit more, casual about how we do things. The next machine I'm probably going to want to get is either a furnace, because I think IC2 furnaces are more efficient than, these guys, right? Maybe-ish. And we definitely want to get a metal former, because a metal former will allow us to get iron plates a little bit more efficiently than we would otherwise be able to. It requires 2 iron plus the forge hammer to make it normally, but with a metal former, it's 1 iron. So basically, we're going to get it a little bit more efficiently if we do it that way. Just out of curiosity, iron plate. We also have iron plates from... Don't we have immersive engineering iron plates? Yeah, those can only be made in a metal press, it looks like. So I'm assuming he wasn't, silly enough to miss the iron plate from the engineer's hammer recipe. So, bat box and generator probably first, followed by, probably a generator, then a macerator, then a bat box. And then we'll do furnace, metal former, and then I want to work toward the blast furnace and extractor, because the blast furnace is what's going to get us steel. So that's kind of the plan. So back in a minute, going to do some math and figure out exactly how much. We're going to need a handful of iron, tin, and copper cooked up ahead of time. We don't have a whole lot of copper, but I might have to go get some. We'll see. But that should be the starting point of what we want to make. So back in a moment. All right, if my math is correct, I need 34 iron. Whew. Which, that's a lot of iron, really. And I actually have... not really enough seared brick components to make another tier of my smeltery. But roughly speaking, we're going to need 34 iron, and we're going to need about 10 tin. 16 iron and 10 tin will make the generator, and 18 iron will make the macerator. So generator requiring... So either way I do this, it's the same amount of iron. Trust me on that. Right? Basic machine casing requiring 8 iron plates, which means 16 iron, because it's 2 iron per plate until we get a metal former, right? So that's your 16 iron. And then for the rechargeable battery, we're going to need 8 tin, right? Because it's 1 plate, but it's 2 tin per plate. So that's 8 tin there. Plus we need the tin for, we'll need 2 more, so that's 10 tin to make the tin cables. We're also going to need to make ourselves a cutting tool, which I kind of forgot about. So we're going to need 3 more iron plates. I mean 6 more, 7, 8 more iron. Whew, that is expensive stuff. But once we have it, we should be cool. And then, like I said, the next order of business will be a metal former, which will require, so we need 2 iron there. We're probably going to need a bit of copper for that as well, but we'll get that worked out in a minute. Did the macerator... it does need an electronic circuit. All right, so we do need the 2 iron for that. And then we're going to need 6 wires. So that's... We get 2 wire per that, so we need 3 times that, so we need 6. So we basically get 1 pyre, so we need 6, yeah. So 6 copper for the macerator. And then metal former. By the way, are you done cooking? You totally are. So that's 2 blocks worth. Nice. The metal former, we're going to need... so that's 5. So we're going to need 10 bronze to make a toolbox, right? So that means we're going to need 20 bronze. We're going to need 6 copper for the thing up here. But remember, it's 1 copper per cable, right? So we're going to need 24 copper. So that's 30 copper for the metal former. And then we're going to need 16 iron for the casing. I almost feel like I want to get... Like, I haven't figured out probably what's better. It probably doesn't matter, because macerator lets me double my ore output. So I think I want to go macerator first. But metal former should be very soon after. And then the basic machine casing. So we need 2 iron and 16 iron, so 18 iron. But once we have the macerator and metal former, we will be far more efficient with what we're making. So that's kind of the key, right? So I should be able to pour out my 3 iron blocks here. And that should be pretty darn close to good. And everybody will cool. Nice. And we got some tin, a block and an ingot's worth. Cool. Nice. And then finally we've got 6 ingots of iron. So we'll just have to do that a little bit slowly, but that's fine. So this should be everything to make a macerator. I haven't done what I need to make a metal former yet, but we'll get on that very soon. So 3 more ingots of iron, but we should have a macerator after this. And that'll be nice. That'll allow for more efficient processing. And metal former absolutely has to come next, because twice as much metal per, you know, plate is painful at this point for me. So, and we're probably going to have to go mining a little bit, because I am short on copper, among other things. So let's take a quick nap, and let's make all the things we have to make. So first things first, I'm going to need to hammer up 3 iron plates, right? I'm also going to convert my iron and tin. So those 3 iron plates will get a cutting tool so that I can cut my copper, right? Next is generator. So we're going to want a furnace. We're going to want tin. Oh, you know what I should have been doing this whole time that I haven't been doing? Is smelting resin. And maybe converting a couple coal here. Cool. So you can then be cut into the tin cables that you need. I'm going to need these tin cables anyway later, so I might as well insulate them while I'm at it, right? Oh, neat. I can access my rubber right from there. Cool. So then we're going to want you. Oh, neat. I get 2 of them. Well, that's kind of cool. So I'm a little bit wrong on my math. I didn't realize I got 2 item casings, but that's nice. And then we can make a generator basic machine. Right. So turn 2 of these. And now we can make a generator. Yes. Sweet. Awesome. I should probably look into making a wrench. That's going to require the IC2 wrench. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bronze. So let's get that for bronze. We'll get that cooking. That'll make me a little bit more bronze. Cool. So now we've got the generator. Let's get the macerator next. So that's going to require what little diamonds I have, but it will definitely use all of them. So that was my decidedly next option. So we're going to want our machine block. We're going to want an electronic circuit, which is going to need copper, which I didn't account for. 6 copper. Yeah, I just didn't melt it yet. Ooh, I'm actually a little bit low on copper. Like literally short 1. I remembered over here, I found a bunch of copper above ground. So I'm just running over and collecting some tin and copper because I know I'm going to need more than I currently have. So we'll be back in a second after I take care of this. I'll tell you, the good news is you actually get a decent amount of copper and tin from these Neotech Reborn or Neotech, whatever the Neotech mod is. Like really decent sized copper and tin veins. Like I've already collected 26 copper just from being here for a few minutes. So I like it. Cool. And a bunch of tin too. And I know I'm going to need lots of copper, so I'm kind of collecting what I can. See? Decent sized nodes of copper. I'm also going to need more bronze anyway, because I have to repair this pickaxe soon. See, what was that, like 10 copper from that node? Nice. Even some iron. Alright, so 6 copper, got us some bronze. It's a block, so I can dump it. That's cool. Got a lot of other junk to clean up. So while that cooks, cleaning up inventory, putting away the resources I just collected. Nice. I'm gonna hang on to you, but you guys can go away. That's pretty cool. Pretty organized, I guess, at this point. Could be more so, but good enough for me. Copper, are you done yet? Copper, I've got a block and 2 ingots worth. So a block and 2 ingots worth. Nice. And there we go. Boom. Cool. All right, so for the macerator, we're going to need this thing. Goodbye diamonds. Totally worth it, though. And we're going to need some copper plates, so we'll do that. And then we will cutting them. There you are. Into those. Got my rubber. And we're going to want an extractor at some point. I have a lot of machines, obviously, that I want to make from IC2. Probably the whole gambit. But right now, I'm just trying to be as efficient as possible with my resources until we get to that point, right? So, you. I just need another iron plate. Am I short a piece of iron? It might be. You know what I don't think I counted for was the iron in the macerator head. Back in 1 sec. And there we go. Molten iron, cooked up. Nice. Okay, so you 2 plus you. I should now be able to get my macerator, which I'm kind of excited about because it means we now have the ability to ore double. As soon as I grab 2 flint, we're good to go. Ore doubling engaged. Nice. So for now, I'm going to place, probably just have my generator right next to my macerator. Cool. We should be able to grab some coal. I'm going to tiny coal this. Lots and lots of tiny coal is good. And now I should be able to throw my iron in there, for example, and start ore doubling. So it's going to be slow but sure, but it's going to be good. It's going to be cool, right? We burn through that tiny coal nice and quick, but this way we don't waste an entire piece of coal. I mean, we might kind of waste a piece of coal, but, you know, it's all good. We're going to want that bat box pretty soon. So let's let you macerate. That's cool. Crushed iron ore. Now I can smelt this, I presume, in like a regular smeltery or, you know, what have you. Now, if I really wanted to be efficient, I could go the whole ore washing plant mechanic, which gets you purified. Like this could be turned into ore washing. You get purified crushed iron ore. Sometimes you get more than that, I think. And then this thing can be smelted, what have you. But I'll probably hold off on that. For now, can you be cooked in a furnace? That's the question I have. Yes, you can. So we can ore double directly inside now. Sweet. Let's get ourselves the wrench that we want. Boom. That'll be good. You can go away for now, because I don't need to be doing nothing with that. Cool. What should we do next? The next machine I wanted to make was a metal former, which needs 20 bronze, 30 copper, and 18 iron. Right? So I'm going to need 20 bronze as it is. So let's get copper and tin. Lots of copper and bronze for the metal former. So I think what I'm going to do is process this ore off camera a little bit, and we'll be back kind of in a minute-ish when we're good. Cool. So I'm going to like just kind of add coal to this guy little bits at a time for the time being. All right, guys, we are back, and I think I'm getting pretty close to having what I need for all this stuff. Now, here's a question. So I think I need 15 to 5, right? So I might as well do all 6. That cooks in there? Nice. And I need about 15 of you. Yeah, we'll do that. And that should get me, so 1 tin I'm going to pour out. And that 15 to 5 should get me the 20 bronze that I need, if I'm not mistaken. Cool. Yeah, I'm just cooking this as much as I can. So metal former is next. That is the next machine we're going to want. So you're turning quickly into bronze. Nice. So the tin and copper is melting together into bronze. We just got a block of bronze, so we can start pouring that out. We're probably going to want 2 blocks of bronze in the end here. So I should come up with a total of 20. So 2 blocks and 2 ingots worth. If I'm not mistaken. All right, you're done pouring, so there should be 1 ingot left. Nice. Yay, math. Okay. And I've been slowly but surely feeding a little bit of coal into this dude as needed. I've not been as good about it as I probably could be, but it's all cool. All right, so getting close. So I needed 30 copper, 18 iron, and 20 bronze for a metal former, if my math is correct. So, and I didn't forget anything, which I totally could have. So I'm close to the copper. We'll get that there in a sec. So let's get our metal former up and running. So the first thing we need is the bronze toolboxes, right? So we're going to need to hammer out the 20 bronze, all of that. Cool. Nice. And then you also need small storage crate, which, ho. What? What? This is math that I did not do. I assumed small storage crate was the vanilla recipe. Small, quote unquote. Okay, you need a dense gold plate, which requires a compressor. Oh my goodness, I hate you. I didn't think to look at that recipe, did I? And I need diamonds for it. Oh, that hurts. That hurts so much. I need to go mining for diamonds, and we're going to have to build a compressor. Totally need to make a compressor for this. So let's look at a compressor. A compressor doesn't look too bad. That's an easy enough recipe to make. But we have to get a compressor before we can get our macerator. So let's compressor it up. Hey, what was that? That was weird. U to U. So we'll at least get the compressor going, and then I'm going to go mine because I'm going to need more diamonds. It's going to be rough. But at least we can get the compressor up and running. So you... We're going to need 3 of you. We're going to need this dude. Then we're going to need you rubbered. And then you're going to need a compressor. That should be good for the compressor, yes. Might need to cook up some smooth stone. Won't be too much of a problem. So I'm going to clean up my inventory here. Because we need to go mining, which I'm going to do off camera, of course. Might want to have an IC2 chest. So maybe right here for now. Everything IC2 related can go into there. So I'm going to need you. I'm going to need you just for my compressor that I'm about to make. Everything else can kind of go away. Nice. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna put away this. So let's come back in a minute. I want to make that compressor on camera, but then we'll come back in a sec. Do I have extra smooth stone around somewhere? I may. I do. So now I can make my compressor. Nice. And I can make my... I'm going to want probably another insulated tin cable. So let's get some more of that. I am bad at having tin. Okay, tin, you go back to cooking that. Cool. So you with you. Now I can at least connect that compressor to power. Yay. Cool. All right, gonna go mining. Do I have everything I need to go mining? I think so. What I'm gonna do is not bring these weapons with me. I'll hang on to my shield just in case. I don't think... I'm gonna put you in there even though you don't really count. And I'll put you away. Could probably use a little bit more food right now, to be honest, but I'll hold off. I want to bring a little bit of bronze, if I have some. Is this mod in here? No. So if I want to repair this guy, I need to do it at the tool forge. Yeah, just one is good. Alright, back in a minute, mining off camera. Joyous occasion, found diamonds. Not a huge node, but enough to make a metal former. That's for sure. Inventory is getting kind of full. I'm going to dig for just a little longer, and then we'll meet you back up at the base, and we'll make ourselves a metal former. Does that sound cool? You know it was a good mining expedition when your fully repaired bronze pickaxe is almost gone when you get out of mining. I actually did pretty good. Boop. I like how fast I teleport through that thing, by the way. Lots of redstone that I got. Picked up a few of these gems and ingots and stuff. Picked up, a decent amount of the resonating redstone crystal. And lots of ores. All of which need to be processed and have something done with them. But long story short, we got the 2 diamonds that we need to make the things and stuff. So let's get back to work. We may need to make, because we had to make a compressor, we're probably going to need a few more resources here. You're probably out of coal, but you processed a bunch of this, so that's good. Let's get some more tiny coal cooking in you. That would be cool. Half a stack should actually, a quarter of a stack should be more than enough. But I'll throw an extra 8 in there. So you're going to charge back up your internal buffer, and let's get iron processing again in there, because we're probably going to need a bit more iron now. Because I used a bunch, obviously, for the compressor. And we're also going to need gold, don't forget. So let's get that thing up and running too. So you're good, you're done. Iron cooking. Back in a minute once I've processed all the metals and whatnot that we're going to need. So I lied about having everything I need. I did not have enough gold. But I believe that I now have enough gold. I checked gold level and it was around... I was checking to see if it's any better or higher, but it's around 15 to 16% at all the Y levels, around or above 10. So mining at 11 still getting plenty of gold, or at least the best amount that I can get, and potentially diamonds. So a little bit more mining. I think I've got enough now, though. But I don't have enough food, so that's a thing. So we're going to have to go back. All right, so cooking up more gold, because that's obviously what we need. I'm also working on a bit of crushed iron ore. And just kind of waiting right now for this to process, so we'll be back when it's ready. So let's get the first of these 2 blocks out of the way. So you guys with your forge hammer, which I'm getting low on uses for, so I have to keep in the back of my mind I'm probably going to need another one of those. Not a big deal. And then these 9 gold plates go into the compressor, and that should be cool. That's why I'm cooking up more iron, obviously, by the way, is because I have a feeling I'm going to need more iron soon. So now we need another 18 gold before we can make another one of these. And you're going to need more fuel. Cool. That's my first dense gold plate. And I can take these dudes. And then wood casing is just this stuff. So wood, sticks, and wood. Not a big deal. I've got most of that on me. Right. So if we want a crate, we need the wood casing. Boom. We need chests. Boom. And then we should be a dense iron plate. Wow, we need dense iron plates too? I thought that was an iron plate. I didn't realize that was dense iron plate. That is painful for the metal former. That is really painful because I need 2 of these for the metal former. So, long story short, back in a moment, I guess. Man, that is rough. That is quite rough. Alright, 18 metal. But of course, we're going to need the forge hammer again. Remember, 2 treated sticks. And that's not enough iron now. Close-ish on gold, I guess. We're getting there. You should be about done. Nice. So you can go back in. How's your for fuel? You're doing okay. You cook this up. You're going to need more tiny coal. You guys are actually all going to need a little bit more tiny coal. Do love tiny coal, though. Gotta say, really happy that's in the pack, at least. It really makes life a little bit better. Only a little bit, but better nonetheless. So much processing. But it's all for a good cause, right? So you guys turn into gold plates, turn into gold plates, which means you can be compressed now. And that's the second dense gold plate that I need. And then we just need a bunch of iron cooked up, and we should be good. Cool. So that's all the gold we need for now. Right? That's cool. You guys are actually almost done with the first iron plate that I need. Cool. So you guys with the hammer. This is why I'm making a metal former, by the way, guys. It's taking so many resources to get the plates that I need. If I did any other machine first, I'd be wasting resources, right? So I'm trying to be as efficient as possible to make this thing. So that's a dense gold plate. Nice. Or a copper plate, or iron plate, or you know what I mean. Right, so gold can go away for now. So the first component of the toolbox, the small storage crate, is done. We're gonna want another one of these. So let's get another one of these. You. I just heard my macerator grind out of power. Is there anything else I can work on while I'm waiting for this processing? So, bronze. Didn't I have a bunch of bronze? Oh, I have the bronze casings ready. Cool. So that's good. So, we can make our first toolbox. Right? We had some cabling. Let's work on what little cabling, what other things we can work on, right, while we're waiting for this. iron to process, right? So we're going to need 24 copper cables, right? So we're going to need 12 plates. That means 24 copper. And I might have my cutting tool in there. So at least we can get most of the crafting done while we wait for that cooking up to happen. So those are your 3 coils for the metal former. Let's get 3 more of you. With rubber. Getting there. More iron, please. More and more iron all the time. So you're going to have to be a plate. You guys get covered in rubber. And then we can get our electronic circuit. Still not sure why the mouse wheel thing doesn't work. I'm going to have to figure that out. Alright, so that's all cool, right? So now for our metal former, we have everything we need except the machine casing and the toolbox. For the machine casing, we're going to need a lot of iron too. So at this point, waiting for iron to cook, and we'll be right back. Alright, so that's the 18 iron that we need for dense iron plates in a compressor that we can then use to get another wood casing turned into the small thing that we can get ourselves another one of these guys. Sweet. And then we just need enough iron for the machine casing, which will be another 16-ish, but we'll be good. We're almost there. So you just need these dudes. Nice. Doubly nice. Not sure why that closed the UI again, but whatever. Alright. Just need a handful more iron. We're almost there. So we need this many. This is the last bit of iron we need, if I'm not mistaken. And then we can have our metal former. And then it's probably going to be wrapping up point for the episode, would be my guess. Alright, so last bit of metal. You into you. Iron plates, which can turn into you. Which means metal former? Metal former! Boom! Can't tell you guys how excited I am to have that metal former done, because I was using so much power and so many resources just to get metal plates made. Holy cow, that is huge that is a difference now. Alright, so we're gonna have to wrap up the episode here, but we will be back next time to work more on the IC2 tech tree. The next thing we need to get working on. So the next set of machines that I'm going to want. We got ourselves the compressor. We got ourselves the macerator. We got ourselves the metal former. I wouldn't mind an electronic furnace. I would probably really like to have a bat box so I can be a little less cheap about my coal going into there. Because I'm being like really, conservative with coal going in. I can do that less frequently if I have a bat box. Because it will waste coal if you put too much in. Like, it'll continue burning even though it doesn't need as much power as it's burning. So that's a thing, kind of. See, it's filling up the internal buffer. Once that internal buffer is full, it'll continue to burn coal. Unless I'm mistaken. I don't think I am, but it won't slow down these flames anymore. We'll also definitely need a blast furnace, and an extractor would be nice. Extractor wasn't high on my priority list because rubber is renewable and it just kind of sits out there and we get lots of it every time. But we'll definitely want one because we're going to need a lot more rubber. So see, if these flames slow down, see, they're not, right? So it's kind of burning that tiny coal. Tiny coal is being wasted right now, which is bad. So that's why I've been a little bit cheap with it. So that's good stuff. All right, Daryl20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope you're enjoying the series as well. I'm enjoying the challenge. Like, there are a lot of crafting components needed, but now that we have a metal former, we're going to be far more efficient with our ingots to metal press transformations, and that's awesome. So next steps, steel, a couple other things. For now, Daryl20 signing off. You know the deal. Take it easy.